Hi all. In this talk, I want to introduce spatial geometry, a topic which is inevitable for proper understanding of nature. How can you study about physical objects without knowing how they are located in space? Kepler says that wherever matter is, there geometry is. Plato goes even beyond the physical and says that the study of geometry is the study of eternal. In my opinion, the best way to start so called solid geometry is through Book 11. Euclid starts from scratch there. The structure of Book 11 is this: 28 definitions and 39 propositions. The key definitions are 5. D3 D4 defines perpendicularity of line and plane, plane and plane. D5 D6 defines angle between line and plane, plane and plane. D11 defines solid angle. D11 is not necessary initially, but I want to mention it for its importance, one of the fundamental quantities in physics also. Other definitions in Book 11 are about prisms, pyramids, so-called regular solids, etc. Propositions 24 to 39 are results on parallelepipeds, which does not interest us, at least now. Propositions 20 to 23 are on solid angles. But propositions 1 to 19 are absolutely vital and may be called the actual basics of spatial geometry. So I want to provide a summary of them. Proposition 1 is actually the modern definition of plane. It says that if a part of a straight line lies in a plane, the complete straight line lies in that plane. Proposition 2 says that two intersecting lines fix a unique plane. It also adds that therefore triangle fixes a plane. I want to add that there are two other ways of fixing a plane uniquely: 3 non-collinear points and 2 parallel lines. The 2 parallel lines fix a plane is actually proposition 7. Proposition 3 says that planes, if they intersect in a line. Not very obvious to visualization, but reason will comfort us. Proposition 4 says that a line perpendicular to each of the intersecting lines at the point of intersection is also perpendicular to the plane determined by these intersecting lines. Proposition 5 says that if there are 3 intersecting lines and all are perpendicular to same line at the point of intersection, then the 3 lines must lie in the same plane. Proposition 6 says that lines perpendicular to same plane are parallel. Quite obvious. Proposition 8 says that one of the two parallel lines is perpendicular to a plane, the other is also perpendicular to that plane. I am repeating this. If one of the two parallel lines is perpendicular to a plane, the other is also perpendicular to that plane. Quite obvious. Proposition 9 goes like this: L, M, N are lines such that L is parallel to both M and N. But L, M, N are not in the same plane. Even then, M and N are parallel. Imagine this, not difficult. Einstein says that imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Of course, we can establish by reason, but there is nothing like geometric intuition. Proposition 10 says that if two intersecting lines are parallel to another pair of intersecting lines individually, then both the pairs make equal angles. Propositions 11, 12 and 13 is saying that given a plane and a point, there is only one line through that point perpendicular to that plane. Proposition 14 says that if a line is perpendicular to two planes, the planes must be parallel. Proposition 15 says that if a pair of intersecting lines are parallel to another pair of intersecting lines, then the planes fixed by intersecting lines are also parallel. Proposition 16 is very interesting. If two parallel planes are cut by a plane, their intersections are parallel. Proposition 17 is the basic proportionality theorem for parallel planes instead of parallel lines. Proposition 18 says that if a line is perpendicular to a plane, then all the planes through the line are also perpendicular to that plane. Proposition 19 says that if two intersecting lines are both perpendicular to a third plane, then this third plane is perpendicular to the line of intersection of the intersecting planes. You need to take some time and contemplate on these propositions again and again. Finally, I recommend the student to refer to book 11 for actual proofs of these facts, propositions, if they are keen and eager. I feel sorry that spatial geometry is not introduced at high school level. This is one of the problems of having a uniform curriculum for all. Talented minority suffers, a problem identified by NCERT. I think we should learn from other countries. Thank you.